Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to get notified when I post new video. So today we are going to be discussing 10 content creation idea for your WhatsApp status. A lot of people actually run out of content these days, which is why I have explained the concept of content creation and the ideas and various content creation ideas to create massive and very beneficial content for your audience. Next thing we are going to be discussing is we're going to be discussing the content creation strategies for WhatsApp. I'm going to give you just a few content creation strategies that you can use to create content. The first question we need to ask ourselves is, why do we need content? The truth is that when you generate people to your WhatsApp status view, to your WhatsApp DM, don't forget that I said if you are really fanatic and interested in growing your WhatsApp status view, drive people to your DM before driving them to any other place. Because when they come to your DM, before they get your lead magnet, you ensure that they save your contact and you save theirs. Then after they do that, you can then ask them to repost for you and give them your lead magnet. So when they enter your DM now, they are already part of your WhatsApp community. So now, why do we need content? The truth is that after you drive people to a particular your DM and maybe you have taken them to a group that you want to do a webinar, your content is what you are going to be using to follow up on these people, to deposit value to their life and to add value to what they do. So your content is what you are going to use to follow up on these people. That's why your WhatsApp status must not be dry. You must have something. You must have your content plan. Your content plan, let's say for a month, how many times you have identified how many times you want to be posting. If it's just 3 times, then 3 times 4, that you are going to be posting 12 times in a month and you are going to be consistent with it. Don't forget, long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. So you are going to be consistent with posting your content. Now, when we now talk about content, your content are what you are going to use to follow up on them. Number one is that your content must demonstrate your expertise. Your content must demonstrate your expertise. Someone should type it out for me. Your content must demonstrate your expertise. Someone should type it out for me. Your content must demonstrate your expertise. Your content must demonstrate your expertise. That's the first thing about your content. Your content must demonstrate your expertise. Must demonstrate your expertise. Yes. When we talk about your content must demonstrate your expertise, let me just give you a simple example of how you can actually create content that will demonstrate your expertise. When we talk about identifying the problems and the pain points and challenges of your target audience, we discussed that you must be able to identify the pain points, the problems of your target audience. Identifying the problems now is very easy because you can actually go on social media literally and see the problems people have in a particular aspect you are an expert in. So your duty as an expert is to be able to list out, okay, this part of the this part of the this part of their problems. Your duty is to be able to list out this part of their problems I can solve for them for free, converting them to lead magnet. Then when you have been able to identify the part of their problem you can solve for them for free, use some of them to create content. Use some of them to create content that will educate, entertain, and enlighten people. Those are the three things your content must do. It must educate, it must entertain, and it must enlighten people. Someone should type it out for me. Education, entertainment, and enlightenment. It must educate, entertain, and enlighten people. Your content must educate, entertain, and enlighten people. After identifying the places people have problem in whatever niche you have decided you have chose, what you now need to do is to start creating content around those things. That is how you can actually use your content to demonstrate your expertise. Using your content to demonstrate your expertise, that's a particular way you can actually do that. Identify their problems and use your content to solve their problem. By the time they get to your content and they see it, they will know that okay, anything this person is posting is actually helping me to move further and it's actually helping me grow. That's one thing your content must do. So now, another thing your content must do is that your content must demonstrate your credibility. Your content must demonstrate your credibility. Your content must demonstrate your credibility. Another thing is that your content must demonstrate your credibility and it should engineer trust. Your content must demonstrate your credibility and it should engineer trust. Your content must demonstrate your credibility and should engineer trust. People must trust you for what you do. Your content must demonstrate credibility and engineer trust. Your content must demonstrate your credibility and engineer trust. That's another thing your content must do. Yes, it should engineer trust. People must trust you for what you do. In particular, when we talk about the 10 content creation ideas that I want to explain, then you know how your content should engineer trust. People must know that you are a credible person. The thing is that when you want to actually build a successful marketing, I said it at the first day that marketing is relationship. The way you are going to build a good relationship with somebody you know physically or online is the same way you need to build relationship with your customers or your clients. That's relate with them with good character, don't lie to them, be honest, be transparent as possible. Be transparent with them as possible. Just normal ways to build relationship. I wrote in a quote that the day you understand the rules behind building a good relationship, that day you are a step towards understanding how marketing works, because relationship is a core aspect of marketing. So you need to, the way you engineer trust with people around you, that's the same way you need to engineer trust with your clients, your customer, or those that want to actually patronize you. So now let's move to the 10 content creation strategies for WhatsApp marketing. The first one is, as I mentioned, it just be helping me type it out. The first thing you can post is, the first one is post content that helps your audience see you as an expert in your niche. Post content that makes your audience see you as an expert in your niche. That's the first content idea. So help me type it out in the chat section and on the group. Post content that help your target audience see you as an expert in your niche or in your chosen niche. That's the first one. Post content that help your audience or that makes your audience see you as an expert in your chosen niche. The second one is explain the myth that exists in your niche. Explain the myth that exists in your niche. When we talk about myth, it just means that there are some things that people say around, maybe rumors that people say about your niche. Clarify it to your audience. Make them understand it very well. That's another content idea. The first one I said, post content that make your audience see you as an expert in your niche. The second one is explain or expatiate on myths in your niche. How people are following me? Let me know you are following me, please. So the first one I mentioned is post content that help your audience see you as an expert in your niche. The second one is clarify or explain the myth that exists in your niche. The third one is tell your personal stories that are relatable. Tell your personal stories that are relatable. It might be part of entertainment and it can be part of education, because you actually be able to derive lessons from the story you are telling them. Maybe something that happened to you in the past and you be able to derive the lessons that you want them to learn from it. That's another way. That's another content idea. Because the importance of every content is that when you start generating leads, you must be able to be following up on them with your daily content or your weekly content. So following up on them is very important. So some people now will not be like, what should I post? What should I post? That's why I'm giving you ideas of what you can post. The third one is tell your personal stories that are relatable. Tell your personal stories that are relatable. Someone should type the thing out for me. Yes. The first one is post content that make your audience see you as an expert. The third one, explain the myth that exists in your niche. Yes, tell your personal stories that are relatable. So the fourth one is share testimonials, but don't praise your product or service. Share testimonials of people that have gotten results from what you do. Share testimonials of people that have gotten results from what you do, but don't praise yourself. Share testimonials from people that have gotten results from what you do, but don't praise yourself. That's number 4. Number 5 is post beneficial YouTube videos for people to go and watch. YouTube videos that are majorly based on what you do on in your particular niche. Post YouTube video for people to go and watch and learn further. Post YouTube videos, beneficial YouTube videos. How many have I mentioned now? I think I've mentioned 5, if I'm not mistaken. How many have I mentioned? Let me know. Okay, yes, 5. So the first one, post the content that makes your audience see you as an expert. Explain the myth. Tell your personal stories that are relatable. Share testimonials and share beneficial YouTube videos. Another thing is share the post of experts in your niche. Share the post of experts in your niche. There are some people that are experts in your niche. Share their posts to enlighten people and to educate people more. Share the post of experts in your niche. Share the post of experts in your niche. That's number 6. Number 7 is share your daily and weekly wins. Share your daily and weekly wins. Share your daily and weekly wins. I hope you understand that. Share your daily and weekly wins. What have you been able to accomplish? What are the new things you've been able to do that are superb? Just share it with your audience. These people, you need to interact with them often. Interact with them very well. Another thing you can post is post motivation. Motivate your audience. Post motivation, but it shouldn't be too much. But post motivation. Motivate your audience, because you cannot actually quantify the way people value some words that you are going to say to them, some word of encouragement that you are going to give them. So constantly post motivation and motivate your audience. Motivate your audience. Another one is share the struggle you are trying to overcome. Share the struggle you are trying to overcome. Or you can even share struggles that you have overcame in the past and tell them how you overcame it in the past. So some people might also be having the problem and they also learn from it. Some people might not have the problem, but they'll be able to fight it if they later encounter it in the future. So they will actually benefit from such content. So I think, how many have I mentioned now? I think I should have mentioned up to 10. I should have mentioned up to 10. 9. Okay. Let me add one more. The last one is show your audience that you care about them. Show your audience that you care about them. Show your audience that you care about them. The type of care I mean is that show people that you are not just about their money, you are about their progress. Let them see you as somebody that is about their progress in life. Show your audience that you care about them. You see, people giving you their money is not really a problem, but money is only a problem in the absence of trust and value. So to earn people's trust, you must show them that you really care about them. You must show them that you really care about them, their progress and their well-being. So that's the 10 content creation strategies.